Hey, welcome back. We have a knife here from our friends at none other than Crane's Cutlery. So thanks to Val and Andy over there, fantastic folks, for sending in this knife here. Let's see what we got. I want to say I think I know what this is. Yeah, cool. The Peña X Series. This is the Mula, and it's their exclusive serial number 51 here. It's Mokuti with a hand satin M390. Ooh, we do like hand satin on the channel. You know, I used to kind of more go towards, you know, like a belt satin or a stone wash. And I still love those, honestly, for many reasons. But man, I'm starting to really appreciate a hand rub satin. I'll say that. It is an impressive way to finish a blade. So let's see what we think here. And these are oftentimes impressive knives from Peña. I believe this would be made in Riyadh. And no disappointment here, and love the, if I'm seeing that right, Damascus thumb studs. Sorry, I don't have a great amount of light here. Let me bring, there we go, shed a little light on the subject. My lighting's always an issue on this channel, unfortunately. Whoa, that's a pretty poppin' 80s-ish vibe, or 90s almost vibe pocket clip there. Actually looks like a pretty damn nice, like, functional pocket clip also. Some nice milling out of it and stuff. M390, you got a front flipper. This thing is looking really my speed. Ooh, and it is nice, and it is nice. And I love that blade shape, actually. That is that rare best of both worlds, kind of like the Bull Knives Sham Cheka. Like, you can kind of get some of the benefits of, like, the, oh man, this action is so good. I swear, this feels like custom knife territory. This action is really nice. Really sweet on the front flipper there. Oh man, I like this knife. I like this knife a lot. This is my favorite Peña I think I've ever handled. This is a really sweet build. So let's get some of this stuff out of here. Get the camera all focused and lighting where we want it to be, so we can really get some eyes on this thing. Whoa, nice on the back spacer. Lanyard heads get what they want, while the rest of us don't get a big hole in the knife, which is nice. Really cool how they do this. I don't know if you call this relief or whatever, but the cutout here for the lock bar so it can bend, that is pretty neat looking. Pocket clip, super cool looking pocket clip, nicely milled. Mokuti. You got the Mokuti around the pivot collars. Zero friction when you're undoing the lock bar. Awesome thumb studs that feel great on the finger and look really cool. This is just right, like fancy enough, like it's got a couple little pops here and there, but also subtle enough. I like this thing. And man, that action is really good. Just enough, like the D10 is just enough where you feel like, oh, am I gonna get it? But then it pops out of there with, you know, authority. See how the centering is. This thing is checking out every other box right now. It reminds me a little bit of a narrower, what's the knife I'm thinking of? Sharp Knife Co. Waka. Like the Waka feels a lot like this, like for 5 times the price, custom made in the US. This thing, you know, for, I don't know what it costs, probably $500 with these extra fancy stuff. This is probably somewhere between $450 and $750. I'll link to the website. I don't know exactly what damage you pay to get into this puppy, but you know, the X series, sometimes you'll see some of their knives in the high 200s, low 300s on the X series. So probably not with all this fancy stuff, but man, that is pretty sweet. It's a little poppy on the rollout because it does have a pretty strong detent, but aside from that, The other deployment methods are fantastic. That was pure user error there, by the way. I'm liking this thing. The knife's a little narrow with that strong detent. It does feel like it's a little hard to get a purchase on the pocket clip where it is. If the pocket clip was shifted this way a little bit, I think it'd make the front flipper feel a little better to me. But for most of you that are maybe more proficient as front flippers, you're not gonna have any problem there. Nice little swedge here on the blade. That is an absolute beauty. Absolute beauty. It's not gravity drop shut per se, but it's not far off. Gosh, you know what it feels like is like a bearing knife that acts a little bit like a washer knife. Is this thing a washer knife? Take a look real quick. So I'm going to take it off camera real quick. Just throw some light on it. Grab my flashlight. It is a washer knife, isn't it? That's maybe what I was a little confused about on the action. I was like, man, that is smooth. I could be wrong. I'll look that up and confirm. But looking in there, I don't see the balls for the bearings. I've been known to make mistakes on silly things like this. It could be that the balls are more embedded on this design or something, but I think that's what feels so good, is if this is a washer knife, gosh, because it feels kind of like a Waka, a Sham, and a looks like a Demko with the blade shape came together and had a little baby knife. I'm kind of tempted to see if I can really quickly look up if this thing is a washer knife on Crane's website, because I feel like if that's so, it makes this very interesting. You're probably going, why? What? I don't get it. When you can execute washers in the right way, it does have something that's pretty hard to achieve with bearings in terms of the refinement of the action. So if you can get good action with washers, to me, that's pretty ideal. I love bearings. I really do. It's like my preference, my go-to, but there's something special about a knife on washers that's just fantastic. So these are still available. I'm looking at the website right now. They do have them in stock right now, so feel free to go check it out. Serialized, it says number 1 through 100. So this one's number 51 out of 100. Only 100 of these were made in this build. Gosh, does it not say on here? Unfortunately, I don't think it says. See if I can Google it really quickly. Da, 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 da. I'm seeing comments about bearings and comments. It's saying like cage ceramic bearings riding on stainless steel washers. That might be what it is. So let me go to the Peña website because this might have more detail here. Ceramic bearings is what it says here. So I don't know if this model is different, but it does appear that it has ceramic bearings. But that's great. Like, to me, a really great sign when you can't tell if it's one or the other, because it means you're not getting the worst of either. You seem to be getting the best of both when you can't tell. So I don't know for sure. I'll maybe confirm a little more after the video, but the action's fantastic. That's what it really comes down to. Nice knife. A little hot spotty, you know, it's a little squarish, but it's not bad. It's pretty damn good in the hand, for sure. Damn, that's a sweet. See if we can see anything interesting on the inside here. Slab titanium, no milling out of there. To try and kind of deliver a little bit more of a full weight, I think is kind of what he's going for there. So That's pretty cool. See if I get a weight on their website. I don't see a weight here either. Very nice. Very, very nice. Liking it. All right, that's all for now. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.